Time is the great illusion, the stage upon which we perform the dance of existence. It feels linear, inevitable, a river carrying us from birth to death. But this perception is as fragile as a mirage, dissolving under the scrutiny of deeper awareness. Time is not what it seems, and neither are we. It is not a force we move through. It is a construct we create, a story we tell ourselves to give shape to the ungraspable. To understand this, we must strip away the illusions layer by layer, descending into the depths of timelessness where the truth reveals itself. Consider the present moment. It feels fleeting, like a grain of sand slipping through an hourglass, yet it is the only thing that truly exists. The past is a shadow, a collection of memories stored in the mind, reconstructed every time we recall them. The future is a projection, a set of possibilities imagined into existence but never guaranteed. Both exist only as thoughts, and those thoughts occur now. The eternal now is not a moment in time, it is the canvas upon which time is painted. Everything we experience, every joy, every sorrow, every fleeting second, arises in this ever-present now. Linear time is the illusion, presence is the reality. Yet presence does not explain why we perceive time as a line, stretching endlessly forward. This illusion arises from consciousness itself, the lens through which we observe reality. Consciousness does not simply perceive time, it generates it. Like a film projector flashing still images onto a screen, our awareness strings together discrete moments to create the experience of motion, of causality and progression. But what if the reel of the film already exists in its entirety? What if we are not moving through time but selecting slices of an eternal, unchanging whole? Every moment exists, timeless and complete, and we are the ones weaving them into a narrative. To grasp this, we must expand our understanding of dimensions. We live in 3 spatial dimensions, length, width, and height, through which we navigate our physical world. The 4th dimension is not a place but a concept, time, the dimension of change. Imagine a cube. In 3 dimensions, it has edges, faces, and vertices. Now imagine that cube moving through time. It transforms into something unimaginable to our senses, a tesseract, a 4-dimensional object. This tesseract, also known as a hypercube, encompasses not just the cube as it exists now, but the cube as it has been and will be, all at once. It is not bound by sequence, it is a whole, existing beyond the constraints of linearity. For beings like us, anchored in 3-dimensional perception, the tesseract of time can only be glimpsed in fragments. We see the now, remember the past, and anticipate the future, but all these moments coexist in a timeless structure. From a higher dimensional perspective, time is not a flowing river, but a static landscape. Imagine standing on a mountain, looking down at a winding path below. To those traveling the path, it appears endless, one turn leading to the next. But from the summit, the entire journey is visible at once, its beginning and end already present. This is how time appears to the 4th dimension, a single, eternal construct, with every moment equally real. This understanding aligns with the revelations of quantum physics, which has long defied our conventional notions of time. In the quantum realm, particles exist in superposition, inhabiting multiple states simultaneously until observed. The act of observation does not merely reveal their state, it determines it. Extend this principle to time, and the implications are staggering. It means the past is not fixed, it is shaped by our present awareness. The future is not predetermined, it is brought into being by our choices. Time is not a line, but a field of potential, collapsing into reality only when consciousness interacts with it. This interplay between consciousness and time creates paradoxes that challenge our understanding of causality. Consider the delayed choice quantum eraser experiment, where particles seem to retroactively alter their behavior based on future measurements. This suggests that time, as we experience it, is not a fundamental property of reality, but a construct of the observer. We are not passengers on the train of time. We are the conductors, the tracks, and the train itself. The journey is an illusion. The reality is the timeless now, shaped by the eternal act of observation. If time is an illusion, what is its true nature? Some traditions describe it as a torus, a self-perpetuating loop folding in on itself like a donut-shaped vortex, with energy flowing outward and inward in a continuous cycle. In this model, time not a line but a spiral, endlessly cycling yet always expanding. Every moment you experience is a point on this toroidal flow, connected to every other point in ways that transcend linearity. From this perspective, the past and future are not distant ends but reflections of the same eternal process. Time is not moving, it is breathing. This brings us to the flow state, those rare and precious moments when time seems to dissolve. In flow, you lose track of hours and minutes, fully immersed in the present. This is not just a mental phenomenon, it is a glimpse into the timeless nature of reality. In flow, the mind stops creating the illusion of linear time. You are not escaping time, you are perceiving its true nature, where all moments converge into a singular experience. This is why flow feels so liberating. It reconnects you with the eternal now, the only reality there is. Gravity further illuminates time's illusory nature. Einstein showed that time is not a constant, but bends and warps in the presence of massive objects. Near a black hole, time slows to a crawl, while far from it, time speeds up. This means that time is not separate from space, but part of the same fabric, shaped by the geometry of the universe. Yet if gravity can bend time, what about consciousness? Could our awareness act as its own gravitational field, shaping time to align with our perception? When you are bored, time drags. When you are having fun, it flies. This is not mere perception. It is the mind reshaping the temporal field. At the heart of all this is the eternal witness, the aspect of you that exists beyond time. This witness is not your thoughts, your memories, or your identity. It is the awareness that observes them. While time flows around you, the witness remains still, untouched by its currents. This is your true nature, not a being trapped in time, but the timeless presence creating the illusion of time to explore the infinite. When you rest in this awareness, the boundaries of past, present, and future dissolve, and you see the fractal patterns shaping your reality. To live with this awareness is to transcend the fear of death, for death is nothing more than the end of a particular timeline. The witness does not die. It shifts its perspective, entering new expressions of timelessness. The ancient Egyptians understood this, believing the soul traversed realms beyond time. Their rituals were not attempts to escape death, but to embrace eternity, to align with the infinite now that underlies all existence. Time, then, is not a prison but a tool, a framework for exploring the mysteries of consciousness. To understand it is to see through its illusions and glimpse the eternal truths beneath. You are not a fleeting moment in the timeline of the universe. You are the creator of time, the architect of eternity. All that remains is to awaken to this truth, to let the veils fall away, and to stand in the boundless light of the now, where all is one, and you are free. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.